Little 4th of July weekend. Let's start her up, boys. See how that sounds out there. It never gets old if you don't want it to. Let me roll them windows up real quick so we can have a chat. It'll never get old. Crypto is one of the most toxic relationships, stressful relationships you'll ever have. Trust me. Been in the game too long now. It's something that you can choose to pursue long term and choose to make the sacrifice necessary, or it's going to emotionally whiplash you and you're going to suffer every single day. You're going to suffer through all the emotional volatility of Bitcoin, crypto. You know, Bitcoin's bad enough. If you're in a bunch of altcoins, you are probably feeling maximum pain like you've never felt before. It's so important that you find a way to disconnect from that volatility and trust in Bitcoin, trust in crypto long term, in the investments that you're invested in. Again, that's the key word, is investments. I'm not a trader. I don't want to be a trader. I invest in crypto long term, and on top of that, I use DeFi, I use liquidity pools to make a daily income off of the crypto that I've already invested in, I already own, and I'm putting it to work for me. That's the secret for me, right? It allows you to disconnect. Over the last couple weeks, I've spent a lot of time just, hey, we have our mastermind coming up, for example, here in about a month and a half, I believe, coming up here in Spain. It's gonna be awesome. Been putting time into the gym, right? Whether it's getting the steps, getting the workouts in, trying to get as lean as possible for that trip, which again, if you're interested in going to that Spain mastermind, where we're going over everything crypto, everything DeFi, how to monetize your portfolio, you can click the link to work with me down below and let my team know that you want to go to our mastermind. But here's the thing. I've been able to disconnect from the market, right? Spend a lot of time in the gym, focus on getting as lean as possible, spending time at the pool, getting the tan on, right? And that's what's so interesting today. Because you design your dream life. It's right before the 4th of July. Today is July 3rd, and I was thinking about going to the pool, but the problem is almost every single normie is off work today. Most everybody, except for your sales boys probably. And that pool is so crowded. Whereas every single other day of the week, your normal weekdays, I go down there completely uncontested. I can go down there, read a book, go down there, watch some YouTube. I've been generally trying to avoid the market again, guys, because you want to set yourself up for long-term success. I'm not trying to give myself anxiety, trying to emotionally freak myself out about Bitcoin, about the market. I'm buying to the dip, I'm DCAing in. I don't need to stare at the chart, stare at my portfolio every day and think, that sucks, I've lost that much money. Multiple six figures, doesn't matter. I'm choosing to disconnect and focus on life. And that's something that everyone here needs to have, that relationship with crypto. Number one, being able to disconnect emotionally from it and choose to look at it through the lens of it's an investment. And if you're in DeFi generating income, that is an online business as well. Of course, you want to optimize the business. Of course, you need to do some micromanaging here and there, but it's not something that's built to where you need to be staring at it every single day. If you have ranges set up properly, quality long-term assets, guys, I can go all month and not look at my shit. I'm only looking at shit that often because I'm teaching classes in my 10K Fast Track community, right? Where I'm working with clients and showing stuff as demonstrations, and I have those sample wallets and portfolios, and so I'm having to open them up on calls, but it's not something where in my day-to-day life during the week, I'm even looking at it. I know my ranges. I know when something's wrong. And to be fair, even though the market's down, nothing is wrong. It's just that people are like, oh, why is Bitcoin down to 60K? What happened? It's crypto. Every 4 years, same shit. Buy the dip. Buy the fucking dip, boys. That's what I notice, is that I've built a life that gives me freedom. And that life allows me to focus on living life to where I'm not stuck in the charts all day. And that's what I believe each and every one of you should strive for. To where I can go down to the pool, it's uncontested. I can go to the gym at noon and there's nobody in there. I can get my workouts in. I can get my tan on. It's a quiet, peaceful pool. I can play my own music if I want, throw the AirPods in, listen to YouTube like I was mentioning, read a book down there. It's something to where I'm living life on my terms, and the crypto market is not dictating what I do. A job is not dictating what I do. A lot of the guys, a lot of the people out here, 4th of July weekend, not even there yet, day before, they're only able to be here because their boss let them go. I'm out there every single day because I put my portfolio to work for me. And it It gives me the freedom to choose, to go where I want to go, to be where I want to be who I want to be, to drive what I want to drive. Apparently some of you guys still think this is a rental. I don't know why. I'm throwing a club on the rental. Why would I have this? Why would I rent a 10-year-old Corvette? Also, side note, I definitely, if you guys are interested, I don't know if you can see that very well, but I broke the badge and I did that Dukes of Hazzard jumping over my door with the roof off, and my shirt snagged it and ripped it. You know, it should be looking like that guy. But I'm keeping it right there for safekeeping. If somebody knows an easy way to get that back on board and fixed, let me know. But if not, to be honest, I don't care that much. Design your life to look the way that you want it to look. If you are invested in crypto, if you have $20,000 in there, $50,000, $100,000, put it to work so it can start to give you the life that you want and the life of freedom. So your Monday, your Tuesday can look like everybody else's once a month holiday, where you get to choose exactly what you want to do, create your custom-made reality. And the biggest benefit is that because I'm busy, because I'm not stuck at a job where I'm just killing time and I decide to check my crypto portfolio, like at the dealership. I always had crypto up on the side. So much more stressful than being at the pool and enjoying my time, or going to the gym and focusing on that, or literally anything and everything that you want to do. You get to choose. But it comes from the initial frame of being an investor first, putting those assets to work and becoming a digital business owner on chain, framing things where you have that long-term vision. And if you're someone that doesn't have an amount of capital yet that can afford you that freedom, it's something to where then still you get to focus on life. Don't worry about the cryptos. Don't worry about crypto and Bitcoin's move. Don't worry it's down to another 4% today or it's up 8% the next day. Don't worry about it. Focus on income. Focus on building those bags and putting those bags to work. If you're only at $5,000 to $10,000 in crypto right now, one, you can still run the strategies. The results just aren't going to be as monetarily as impressive. If you have $10,000 in crypto, if you're not taking on crazy risk, you're probably not retiring off of that, right? But it's a great starting point, and you still want to put those assets to work and focus on life. Focus on building those bags. 4 years ago today is pretty close to when I was getting started. It's when you guys need to be getting started now. If you think you've missed the boat, this is a great entry. If you wish you would have sold the assets at the top, do the work to fix that for next time, to arbitrage that dip better, because it's happening every 4 years, guys, and monetize along the way. A lot of my community guys inside that work with me, right? Some of those guys, they joined around October or after. They bought the absolute top. Their first interest and first move on Bitcoin finally is at $125,000, $120,000, $115,000 of Bitcoin. And they put their assets to work to offset that drawdown. So the pain for them is much less. There's so much less pain because they're earning more actual Bitcoin. The dollar amount is still down, of course, but they all have more Bitcoin. They all have more Ethereum. They all have more of their favorite assets than when they started, and they're building those bags. And what you'll start to notice as you get those little previews, you get the little baby pumps like we got back to 80K, where some of their portfolio, dollar-wise, the balances, got pretty close to where they were at 120, 125. And that shows you the power of what these systems can really do to change your life and give you the life that you're wanting. Imagine we go back to that all-time high and you have twice the assets that you had before. That's the game. That is the game. If you're only even making 4 to 5% a month and you're stacking that, say it's a 4-year cycle. We've got another 3 years till we hit an all-time high again. Say it's something like that. It's 150% APR if you're just doing 50% each and every year over 3 years. You literally have over doubled the amount of Bitcoin. If you had 1 Bitcoin, you'll have over 2.5. Compound interest is even crazier than that. It's the long game. Approach the game from an investor's mindset first. You're in it for the long term, quality assets, long-term vision, pull the emotions out of it and focus on life, the real world, make it a life worth living. None of this even has a point to it if you're not gonna live life. Okay, you gotta put a lot of that sweat equity in at the beginning, like I was saying, lower capital amount, like me, the first 2 to 3 years, working 2 jobs, slaving away, getting it all in, and then it buys you that freedom back. But even, I would argue, when I was working those 2 jobs, that was still life. I was living, I was working, I had purpose, get as much as possible, put it to work, learn DeFi, learn the systems. You guys can click the link, work with me down below, learn exactly what I do, how I do it, and work with you. Make sure you're set up properly, long-term, over the next 3 to 4 years. Maximize the returns you're gonna make while being safe and long-term exposure on assets that will win for sure. Work your butt off, get as much as possible of quality assets, get them to work their butts off for you, and it feeds into a cycle. And the end result of that is you start to achieve exactly the life you're looking for over the next couple of years. Might start off slow. Again, you work with me 10K Fast Track, you're making money day one after our first call together. Makes it easy, simple, get it set up. Over the next year, compounds quite a lot. Over the next 2 years, compounds like crazy. 3 to 4 years down the line, top of the next cycle, crazy amounts of money, crazy amounts of income, and that gives you location freedom, time freedom, financial freedom at the end of the day. You choose, but it comes down to, again, framing yourself as that long-term investor. It's the most important thing you can do. You need to remove emotions from the game. If you bought the top and you're selling the bottom, you are exactly the retail meat. This happens every 4 years. It's nothing new. It's nothing we haven't seen. Get your DCAs in, buy more Bitcoin. If we go lower, buy more Bitcoin. Keep working, keep hustling, keep making money, keep investing the money, make the investments work for you, and you will see the results that you want to see, boys. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment down below. Of course, like the video. Subscribe to the channel for me, boys. We're over 2K now. That's fantastic, right? Been doing this a while now. 2K. I feel like that's a good milestone. Thank you, each and every one of you, for watching these videos. And, you know, of course, if you want to work with me, the link is down below. Let me know in the comments any future content you guys want to see. And, of course, see you in the next video.